Hey everybody, Thursday's Thoughts with Terry. Thanks for joining me today. Took a couple weeks off for vacation and gathering some thoughts. And today I'm going to talk to you about this genuine humility versus misplaced confidence. That's an interesting title for me. It should be an interesting title for you as well. And I think as leaders, I'm speaking to leaders today. I'm speaking to whether you're a pastor, businessman, entrepreneur, manager, supervisor, whatever that position is in leadership, you're a father, mother. I want to talk to you about genuine humility versus misplaced confidence. Sometimes confidence comes in and it ruins who we are and who we can become because we think we already know everything. And this is what I want to talk about today is there's a study that happened in 1999 called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Maybe you could Google that and look at it yourself. But it's an effect that it's really dealing with a cognitive bias. And the gist of it is simply this: we think that we're better than we really are. I don't know about you, and I know I've done it that way sometimes. You just think about the sports arena. We got many people that feel that they're better coaches and players than the actual professionals that are paid to do so, right? Those that have been through the training, those that worked out every single day. And don't believe me, then look at the newspaper, social media, look at the office break room the day after your team loses and what you would have done better and what they should have done and all these things. That's what I'm talking about. That's what this is. And this misplaced confidence that we think that we're better than we really are is that Dunning-Kruger effect. Interesting as you study that effect out, just those that are in the professional realm versus those of us that we be considered average individuals that are not considered professionals. Polled the professionals versus the average. When the average person was asked the questions, whatever the field of expertise we're talking about, 62% of those said that they were better than they really were. This is the average folks that think they're better than they really are in whatever that field is. But if you ask the professionals, this is what was interesting. Those that get paid millions of dollars to do what they're doing, if let's say it's sports, 38% of them actually said they're better than what they thought they really were. That means the other 62%, you see what they said, is I'm not as good as I was. Or everybody else thinks I am. I still have room to grow. That's what I want to talk about. This misplaced confidence that comes for this this ignorance about where we really are. And you say, what do you mean by that? Well, Charles Darwin, 1800s, made this statement. He said, ignorance more frequently begets confidence than does knowledge. Ignorance more frequently begets confidence than what knowledge does. Now we're talking about the professionals that have the knowledge and the training, and they don't have the confidence that the average person does. Why? Because they are not unaware. They're not ignorant of what they don't know. They're completely clear on what they don't know. Us, as the average common folk, if you will, in the sports side, we have this ignorance that creates this confidence that thinks that we know because we've watched the game. That doesn't mean we've done it, doesn't mean we've put it into practice or anything else. It's called misplaced confidence. And we're doing it because we've become unlearned in so many areas because we're relying on the experience and the education that we've had, but everything is constantly progressing. If one thing that anything in this coronavirus has taught you, that it is always evolving. You're never going to know what you think you know the next day because it constantly changes. That's what life does. That's what business does. That's what any business does. That's what any church is going to do. It's going to constantly change. The message doesn't, but it's how you get the message across. It's how you get to your clients. It's what the product that you're serving in your business. And that's all going to change constantly. Technology has fast forwarded us in the last 20 years of what we can do and how we do that. So what we thought we knew is no longer what we know. Why? Because it's constantly evolving. But misplaced confidence says, I already know everything and I don't really need to, rather than the genuine humility that recognizes, though I got an education from 20 years ago, what I thought I knew I don't know because of the way things have evolved. And we got to get to this place of genuine humility where we're asking for help and we're not just having so much confidence because what our last experience was. I want to challenge you today in this. Most leaders, I want to just say this one thought. I got a bunch of them. I want to say this thought and then I'm going to talk about it. Most leaders could learn from their mistakes if they weren't so busy denying them. I'm going to let that sink in for just a minute. So many leaders could learn from their mistakes, Terry included, if we weren't so busy denying them. We're denying that we're making the mistakes. We're denying that we as the leader are the one that it's at fault why our organization is not growing. We're the one that's at fault. It's misplaced confidence because of what used to work no longer works today. You don't believe me? Watch. Go ask Blockbuster. right? Go ask the red box. They're not doing what they were doing. They're because of the digital platforms and the downloads. Don't go ask cable because of satellites, and now because of the internet platforms for all of these movie channels. You don't believe me? Look at the movie theaters today because they're able to view them live streaming in their home. If we think that we've got a nail in the coffin and it's solid and we're good, wake up tomorrow, it'll be different. Misplaced confidence because we're constantly realizing that what we thought we knew, we no longer know. I want you to realize you don't know what you don't know. That's the thing. Beauty of this is leadership, this genuine humility, asking for help because you don't know what you don't know. But I will tell you who knows that you don't know it is those that are around you. Come on, leaders. I'm helping you today. I want to give you this one last thought, and I'm going to give you 4 things that I want to unpackage for just a moment. Socrates said this: the only true wisdom is knowing when you know nothing. True wisdom is knowing when you don't know, is knowing that I don't know. Many of us as leaders, we are what we consider problem solvers. We have a resolve for many problems in our expertise. And people are coming to us asking for the answer to the resolve, but some of us don't know them, but we're afraid, I should say, to say, I don't know and I'll find out, because it would make us look less of a leader. True leadership realizes the wisdom based on that statement. True wisdom is saying, I don't know, but I'm going to find out and I'll get you the answer. I don't need you to go find it. I'll find it because I'm an ever-learning leader. Come on. 4 things. How do you walk in genuine humility and not walk in misplaced confidence? 4 things. I want to unpackage them. First one is know your talents. Second one is understand your pitfalls. Third one is take criticism. And the 4th one is you keep learning. Let's unpack them. Know your talent. That means you got to know your strengths. You got to know what you're good at and what you're not good at. You got to hire the people to do the things you can't do, and you got to keep doing the things that you can do. In small business, and this is what happens, most small business people have a corporate mindset. So they hire all of these things out, but they're losing so much money because their overhead's so high. Know your strengths. What can you do every single day to stay busy, to put your hand to the plow, to make your money? And the things that you can't do, those are the things you hire out. Don't try to do the things you can't do. If you're going to remodel your house, don't think because you watched a YouTube channel you can drywall it. That drywall, not the paint, the mudding of it is the finished product, not the paint. What you make imperfect in the drywall is magnified in the paint, which could hurt your resale value. That's what I'm talking about. Know your strengths. You might be able to paint, doesn't mean you can do the drywall. Understand your pitfalls. You got to figure out what in your life that you're struggling with. Those things that take you down, that cause you to stumble, cause you to fall. Chocolate's a pitfall for me. Coffee's a pitfall for me. All of that's a pitfall. I got to understand it. That means I got to avoid it, or I got to put something else in its place. I got to know that. I got to also take criticism. This is the biggest one for most leaders. Most leaders are afraid of criticism, and the people around us are afraid to come tell us what we don't know. Look, you don't know what you don't know, but the people around you do. They know you don't know. And the beauty of true, genuine, humble leaders are those that recognize, I don't know what I don't know, but the ones around me do know that I don't know it, and I'm going to listen to them. Why? Because they're going to take me to that next level. And part of that taking criticism becomes keep learning. That means you have to be the person that's constantly being educated. It's interesting when you do the study of it, when your mind is constantly spinning and learning and growing and challenging the whole body. The energy that comes through it, the ability to be successful, the way you feel is so much better. The minute this stops learning, I'm not talking about watching the news, and I'm not talking about watching TV. I'm talking about reading a book. I'm talking about becoming personal and professional developments. I'm talking about getting yourself diving into so many different things to challenge you as a leader, as an individual. Why? Because those are the things that will challenge your energy, that will challenge your education. It will help you realize what you don't know. And when you understand what you don't know and you go know it, now you become a better leader. Listen, genuine humility versus misplaced confidence. Don't let your experiences, don't let your pride rise up and kill your business or your organization. Walk with genuine humility. Know your strengths, understand your pitfalls, take criticism, find people around you that are unafraid to come and tell you when you've done wrong and when you've messed up. Accept that stuff. Why? Because that's what makes you better, because they know what you don't know, even though you don't know it. That's good stuff, and always keep learning. Thursday's Thoughts today. I appreciate you joining me. I'm speaking life and blessing to all of the leaders and pastors that are listening to me. Give me a fire emoji, a fist bump emoji, a thumbs up, a strong arm emoji, whatever it is. I appreciate you taking time and tuning in with me today. Until next time, I call you blessed.